Absolutely stunning 1991 Camaro. In today's video, you're going to meet a gentleman. His name is Benny. Benny owns an absolutely stunning 1991 Camaro Z28. This car is gorgeous. He's had this car for well over 28 years. It has a 5-speed transmission. It's got a 305 engine in it, and it pushes well over 230 horsepower on this thing. It even has a G92 performance axle on this thing. This car is stunning. It's in Arctic white. You've got to see it to believe it. So, without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful 1991 Camaro Z28, or as our American friends say, Z28. Hey Benny, rev the engine for me. That is a lovely sound. Honk the horn. Beautiful. Turn her off. Benny, I gotta say, she's gorgeous.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Tell me what you have here.
Well, she's a 1991 Camaro Z28. She's Arctic white, as you can see, black interior, 5-speed, V8 obviously, 305, 230 horsepower. It's got the RPO G92, which is the one you want. It's got dual catalytic converters, engine oil cooler, 4-wheel disc brakes, 5-speed.
And how long have you had this car?
28 years.
Good God, man, this is something else.
I love it. I mean, it's been a happy 28 years.
It's like it just came off the showroom floor.
Yeah.
Like it's immaculate.
Well, it does help when you don't drive it in the rain.
For sure.
You store it in the garage.
You're like me. You have to be careful with these things. But this is... Now, is this bone stock? Is this how the car came?
Well, exterior-wise, yes. This is the way it was born. I've added the stickers because I was a big fan of the GM Motorsport Player Series. Right. I don't know if you remember that. From 86 to 92.
Back in the day, yes.
Yeah. I was a big fan of that.
Man, oh man, oh man.
I've added exhaust. It's got some minor bolt-ons. The motor's been redone.
Okay. Did you do it yourself, or you?
No,
have...
not myself. No, okay. I wish I could. I had somebody do it. The exhaust tips I've added are stainless steel.
Right. I can't remember. I used to have a Trans Am. Did they always come out a little bit beyond the end of the car? Or?
No, on the F bodies, the third gens, they would be tucked underneath the rear fascia over here, right? So.
I do like them protruding, though.
Well, believe it or not, I was inspired by the Fox body Mustang because I like the way the tailpipes come out.
Right on.
And I wanted to sort of replicate that, so.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Why this car, though, Benny? Like, what appealed to you about this particular?
Well,
Camaro?
A friend of mine back in 1990, he had bought one in this exact same color. In September of 90, it was a T-roof car, it had gray interior, automatic, and I fell in love with the styling. I know the styling is from 82, but in 91, 92, I mean, there were some differences where, you know, the skirt package, the spoiler in the back,
yeah.
The hood domes there in the front, and I fell in love with the look of the car. I find that it looks very aggressive. And there are a lot of people think that these are aftermarket parts, not realizing that this is from GM directly.
From back in the day, yes.
Right.
It's, you know what, it's those little elements like this whole package that you're able to get. Like even with the front skirt there, I mean, it just pops. Like it's something about the way they've done it.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that rear spoiler is inspired by the Ferrari F40.
Okay.
Right?
Because it is big though, yes. But it fits it, doesn't it?
It does.
It just makes the lines
it makes her look
perfect.
very aggressive.
Always.
And that's what I love about it.
Like, it is one of those cars that looks fast standing still, or looks as though it's moving almost, but it's not. Oh. Immaculate. Immaculate.
Yeah, she's, you know, fully loaded. Forgot to mention part of the G92 package is the 342 posi rear end.
Okay. Now, air conditioning, everything is included?
Everything, yeah. It's
Wow.
got air conditioning. It doesn't work.
You don't
It's
need
got
it.
air conditioning,
Yeah.
power windows, power locks, cruise control.
Now, are these actually have a purpose or just decorative?
They're decorative.
They are, okay. So they're not really holes that
No,
go through.
no.
And the color you said is Arctic white?
Arctic white.
Man.
That's a factory color with the black interior, which I find that it's a great combination.
Oh, completely. But your rims, man. Benny,
Yeah.
I mean, to have white trim on the rims, again, from the factory, this is how they
Yeah,
come.
and again, like I said before, people think that these are aftermarket.
Yeah, I would have too.
And I don't blame them for asking because they don't know. It's been only 2 years, right, that they've had this. 91, 92's had it like this, and that's it.
And these are only what? 16 inch?
16-inch
Wow.
rims, yeah.
Amazing. How good. The sound of that engine, though.
Mm-hmm.
It just brings back fond memories of what a car should sound like. Just raw power, nothing else.
Agreed.
Beautiful. May we take a look at the engine?
Yes, of course.
Oh my God, Benny.
So if you notice the intake runners, these are SLP.
Yes.
I've added the headers. These cars come factory with manifolds. They put Hemin headers. They're shorties.
Right.
As you can see, they have the pollution hookups, so I wouldn't get into any trouble. It's got the throttle body airfoil that's in here. You can't see it. It's got exhaust.
I bet you get asked many times if you want to sell this car.
Yeah, I do actually.
Probably more often than you've kind of lost count, I'm sure, over the
Yeah.
years. And
I won't sell it.
no. It's part of you now, right?
Yeah, I mean it's part of me. You know, it's like a second wife to me, right?
True enough.
I got a very good wife that is actually patient with me.
Okay, let's say that again for the video. You say it one more
I
time.
have an understanding wife that's patient with me. She understands, you know, my passion for cars,
Perfect.
and I
Good
give
for
her
you.
credit for putting up with me.
And your passion for cars. Right?
Yes, I love it.
I think we all lucky of that because, yeah, if our wives didn't quite appreciate what we do and why we tend to put these things first before anything else, we'd be in trouble.
One of the things I did, because this is broken, but I have another part like this at home, wrapped up nice. It's just, the air coming into the throttle body is very restrictive. I don't know how it does come up. So these are K&N air filters.
Wow.
What I've done is I cut the baffles. I cut the whole thing out.
Right.
Use some dryer tubing,
Yes.
sort of like a ram air type thing.
Yeah. But it's efficient.
Yeah,
And it probably works better this way.
I think so. I think
Good
so.
for you.
I think so.
Amazing.
What else did I added? The aluminum drive shaft. As you know, these the stock one is steel,
Right.
heavy, and the problem that I was experiencing that, you know, going at 120, let's say, you hear the vibration or feel the
Yeah, yeah.
vibration, you hear the sound. So I replaced it with the 1LE aluminum drive shaft, and it just
Got
went
rid of that
away.
completely.
And the RPMs, you can actually see it where it just quick because
Is
less mass to rotate.
Right on.
Right.
So it's more or less perfection now, isn't it?
I mean, I wish I could say it's perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect, unfortunately, right? But it's about as close as I can get it to being perfect.
You're getting there. Like it's just raw power, pure engine, and Just magnificent machine. How much space is there in the trunk, Ben?
It's okay. It's not.
Because I know with my Trans Am, it was a bit of a joke because it had the T roof as well. There wasn't a lot of space. Like certainly, if you took the roof off, there wouldn't be a lot. There we go. Not too bad. Hey, but you've actually got the cover.
Yeah, this is the cargo cover.
And that again was all stock, right?
Yes.
Fantastic.
It goes like that.
Amazing. Is that the original book that came with
This
it?
is I call it the Bible. This is a service manual that the dealers use. This is not the Chilton.
Yeah.
That's where that is.
But this is where all the good stuff is.
Yeah, this is good to have because
For sure.
if you need to fix something, at least you have it here.
True.
How to do it.
Yeah.
This is just a binder of stuff I've collected.
Man, oh man. How cool. Is that the original spec sheet?
No, this is a reproduction. I was
Okay.
able to get everything
May I
else
see
but
this?
this. Yes, of course.
Look at that. 17 miles per gallon. Yeah, so we won't talk about fuel efficiency. But this is incredible. So the originals are the Eagle GT radial tires.
That's right.
They come back.
The Gator backs, they call it.
Right. And 26 grand back in the day.
Yeah. That was a lot of money.
That was a lot of money. Yeah, for sure.
I don't think today you can even buy a Kia for that.
No, I don't think you could either. Amazing.
Yeah, so I have documentation. When I bought, a year after I bought the car, this is what's called the GM Vintage Package.
Okay.
So I guch you call this like the birth certificate.
Okay. So these are all the specs that were actually on the car?
That's right. So 19C is the interior color.
Right.
That's the color 10U for Arctic White. Built in Van Nuys, California. Built in 1990, June 29 there.
Wow.
And it was shipped out July 2nd, 1990. So this is an early car.
Yeah.
And it was sold new at the Sheridan Chevrolets in Pickering.
Okay.
And this is what intrigued me the most. I mean, that's why you don't see them.
Yeah.
So 1,570 Camaros. That's everything. And out of that number, 720 are Z28s.
Oh my God. Fantastic, Benny. It's great that you've got all this history and record for the car as well. As you say, it's the birth certificate, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you got everything about the vehicle. And you sure you don't want to sell it?
No.
Because you're tempting me. Oh my God.
Money is not important to me.
Beautiful.
I don't
no,
care
I
about
agree with you. At a certain point, it's those little pleasures in life that makes you happy, makes you smile. And you know as well as I do, when you get into a car like this, you feel younger, you feel different.
And that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I mean, when having a rough day, I get into this car and I forget about everything.
True.
And it takes you back at a time when things were, life was easier.
Yeah.
Compared to today. And, it's all nostalgic for me. If I had a time machine, I would go back in a minute.
Yeah, I hear you. And it's just different times and truthfully, again, when you get into these older cars, particularly stick shift, I find is your focus is on shifting those gears, just getting it right. Every time you shift those gears, you think, I could have done that better. Do you know what I mean? It's always like, I missed that mark by, a split second right there. I should have hit it a little bit sooner. But
these cars, I mean, they're primitive.
Yeah.
Today's cars, you got all this electronic this and that, stable control.
Right.
This is raw. You control it. It doesn't control you.
True.
And that's what I love about it.
I'm sort of looking at your inside there, and you've got the cloth interior, and
Yes.
that alone brings back so many memories of that. May I take a look inside?
Yes, of course.
Look at this.
Excuse the shot, the cleaning rags.
Oh, don't worry, but it just brings back so many memories of cloth interiors. Even that, like this is definitely a GM type setup right there.
Yeah. And what's unique about the controls, like the coloring, like the yellow, it's actually 1990. If you remember, that's when they changed the dash.
Okay.
To what you see now. So
I love
90
this.
to
Yeah.
91 and 92 had these switches in yellow.
It is actually yellow. It's not even gold, is it?
No, it's actually yellow.
Man, oh man. And Benny, the original radio as well?
The original radio.
Wow,
yes.
with a cassette player?
And it actually still works.
Incredible.
It actually works. I have extra switches for like the power windows, the trunk, right? With the yellow imprint.
Right on.
Because they're difficult to find now.
It's interesting. You see the cigarette lighter, very proud, the ashtray, everything. Magnificent car. And again, not a ton of space in the back,
No.
but hey, you could throw a couple of kids in there.
You can, but it'll be tight.
It would be tight. How lovely is this though? It's just a beautiful, beautiful machine. Is that the original floor mats that came with the car? Or
No,
aftermarket?
those are aftermarket, but the mats underneath it are original.
Yeah, see, it's funny, isn't it? I was just talking to somebody yesterday. Now we have floor mats to cover the original mats. Look at that.
There's the GM.
If she could tell the story, right?
Oh, if she could. It'd be quite a story.
I bet. What is this piece of gold you just pulled out of this bag?
Camaro tunes.
No way. It came with the car?
Yeah. This tells you the features of the car.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know those things even existed.
Yeah, they do.
How cool is that?
Then there's the owner's manual.
My gosh.
And I don't know if I have... There's a key, like a credit card. I don't know if I have it here. These are the...
You've got everything. Hey, Benny, I gotta ask you, that photo of the car, is that when you actually picked up the car?
This was a year after.
Okay.
Yeah.
My God. Just
see.
like a proud father, hey? No pictures of his kids, but his car. Amazing.
Yeah, that's...
Beautiful. You know, I used to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's...
Fantastic. What a lovely, lovely car. Pride and joy.
This is my favorite picture. Well, one of them. See this?
Yes, look at that. And look here as well. Like, I didn't realize if you bought it in red, you could actually get the red trim on the rims as well.
Red and white.
Incredible. Okay, that was my next question. Just the two color options?
Red
in
and
this?
white, and I don't believe the blue, no.
No
Just
black?
No black.
Okay.
And,
Incredible. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Man, you could look at a picture like this forever.
Yeah.
Oh my God, every vintage. Priceless.
You just don't see this anymore.
You don't, but look how clever this is.
Yeah.
I swear, you can get a full-size poster made of this. You'd hang it in your little den or whatever, and you'd be happy. In the winter months, you can look at that.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing. That's priceless.
Definitely. This is the Canadian brochure.
Wow. That's very different.
Yeah, the one I showed you is the American version.
Right.
This is one of the Canadian brochures, and I have another one that has all the other product lines for 91, the Corvette.
Look at that. And there's yours right there, basically.
Yeah, this is a Camaro Rally Sport.
And there's a leather option for one of those too.
Yeah, that was an option.
Okay.
And then, oh, I want to show you something.
Yes.
I don't know if your Trans Am didn't have it.
Yeah, go for it. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're just showing off. Do it again. Do it again. Sorry, it's these little things that get you. So it's like a power release and...
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So how it brings it down, I guess, because you don't want to slam this too hard because you risk breaking the glass,
The glass, right.
And then just, you don't have to slam it, just do that and it does the rest for you.
Oh, beautiful, Benny.
And that's stock.
Yes. You don't see that. That's a Cadillac thing, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it's just lovely. Okay. Right, let's go for a little drive.
All right. Shut the hood.
Let's listen to this cassette.
Conditions apply. Why non-stop?
All right.
This feature locks the differential to send equal torque to both rear wheels, increasing traction. Optionally available on the Z28 is the legendary 5.7-liter V8.
All standard and optional Camaro engines have fuel injection for top-notch performance and efficiency.
Oh
Some
my
of
God,
Camaro's
Benny, that
most
just takes
popular
you back,
options
doesn't
provide
it?
A lot of
It
bang
does.
for the buck.
Okay, turn it off for a
Z28 is
second. I'm looking at this too. That's Dolby noise reduction.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day, they were everywhere. If you didn't have Dolby, like, you don't have a car.
And then there's the option above this is
Yes.
the Delco Bose.
Well, you know what? I'll get heck for doing this because we in Canada always say Z28.
Yeah.
Our American friends say Z28. So,
I say Z.
yes, me too. And I've always said Z, and as most Canadians. But so I know when this video goes to air, I'm going to get criticized for it. But hey, if you're watching, please, it's not intentional. It's just that's what we call these things.
Exactly.
Okay, start her up, sir.
You're right.
That engine sound. Who needs audio? Like, this is it. You can
This
just
is it.
listen to the engine. Priceless. Okay, let's go. So we're gonna head out, and when we get to the street, we're gonna turn left. Benny, I just realized something.
What's that?
You actually get a little light that pops up to remind you to shift.
That's
Or
exactly
the
it.
optimum shifting, I guess.
That's right. Well, for fuel economy.
Yeah. Okay, we'll turn left here. Checked again, and it was good. All right. Oh my God, Benny!
Who needs a radio when you got this?
Absolutely. We'll turn right here. And good brakes too.
Yeah, well, they're new,
Yep.
along with the
So-
suspension.
So this is power brakes then.
power brakes.
Okay.
Power brakes, power steering.
So while we're waiting here for a second,
Yeah.
what was the very first car you ever bought?
An 81 Vet.
Really? So you've been a car guy all along?
Well, Chevette.
That is priceless.
We had,
I forgot what those look like almost, but now it just comes back to me.
the
Yes.
the GM Econo car.
The Chevette.
So we had,
yeah.
I had that. Actually, it was my dad's.
Right.
He bought it. I think it was like a year old, not even.
Right.
And my younger brother and I, we shared it, and then we acquired an '85 Chevette,
Okay.
both 4 speeds.
Wow. Okay.
And the car ran very well. Unfortunately, the floor didn't last very long because I mean the floor rotted.
Yep.
And then my very first car was an '87 Buick Grand National, which
Which is also a pretty damn awesome car.
It is an awesome car.
Yes.
My younger brother has it.
Today still?
He still has it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So when I had that, I was looking for one of these,
Yeah.
and yeah, he has it.
And was your brother local, like in Toronto?
No, he lives in Brampton.
Okay. That's pretty darn close.
And the thing about the Grand National is that remember I showed you the documents from GM of Canada
Yes.
that tells you when the car was built.
You have that as well?
Well, he has it for his car,
Oh my God.
and that car was built January 29 of 1987.
Okay.
My brother's date of birth
No way.
is January 29.
Okay. Right at these lights. That makes it a little bit more special too.
Very special,
Definitely.
very special. But I mean, these cars are very special. I mean, I keep it pristine. You know, when I'm no longer here, I pass it on to my kids.
Good for you.
So they can share it and enjoy it and share with their kids. You know, we're, you know, the true car people, I mean, we're basically preserving automotive history.
Definitely. You know, I think as Jay Leno says, we're caretakers of the car.
Yeah.
The cars will outlive us. We just got to take care of them.
Even with the exhaust, we can still have a conversation. A decent
Yes.
one. It's not overbearing, I don't think.
No, it's the right amount of noise. Otherwise, it can get a little bit too much.
But what I love about this car, when I sit in it, you can actually see the hood.
You do. Yeah. I was just about to comment on
especially
that.
the hood blisters there.
Yes.
When they changed it to the fourth generation Camaro in 1993, you couldn't see the hood.
Yeah. You can't even gauge where the front
No.
end is even.
And then in '96, when the SS Camaro package came out,
Yep.
and they had the hood scoop, you can just see just a little bit of the hood
Right.
scoop. But I'm not a fan of it. The powertrain, drivetrain is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the styling of that car.
Right.
This car is like a conversation piece. Every time I'm at the lights, I mean, I got people talking to me. Like this morning on the way to see you.
Yeah. A 5-minute trip is never 5 minutes because you're having all these conversations, right?
Well, you know what? I enjoy it.
Yes.
I enjoy, you know, interacting with people that have the same interest as me.
Right.
You know, I get to share the story of my car, and that's what it's all about.
I completely agree with you.
You know, it's
there for everybody to kind of see and enjoy and kind of reminisce about back in the day what cars used to look like and how unique and different they all were.
They were, and you know, I think it's one of the greatest hobby in the world.
For sure.
You know, keeps me out of trouble. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not gambling.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, I just love it. I just sit in this car and I forget about everything.
But isn't that what life is about sometimes? Because we get so trapped into our daily routines and everything else, and you have a car like this, you're just looking for the nice weather to come out, right?
The original owner was a lady.
Okay.
I'm the third owner. I bought this car from a gentleman here in Mississauga.
Wow, okay.
He didn't have it very long. He fell in love with a Corvette, and this came up for sale.
There's a nice GTA there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I love about my view on the rear view mirror, if you can have a look at it, that spoiler.
Yes, absolutely, right.
When I first bought the car, it was sort of what's the word? It was a little deceiving, you know. Whenever I look at the rear view mirror from the corner of my eye here, I mean, I always think that there's a car behind me.
There's something there, yeah. But you get past that. But hey, at least backing it up now, you know exactly where your rear end is.
I love looking at that spoiler.
Now, I guess fuel-wise, premium unleaded is
premium.
what she takes?
Premium unleaded, yes.
So what's the mileage on it now? Is that 157K?
Yeah,
that's it.
And it's got 30,000 on the motor. The motor has it's been massaged a little bit.
Yeah.
Bored 30 over. Cam. Poured and polished head and intake. Very, very minor.
Right.
Because I wanted it to pass the sniffer when we had
you got to get through that. We don't have to worry about that so much.
Thank God we don't have that nonsense anymore. And even when they had the sniffer, this car passed every single test.
Wow. Okay.
Passed every single test.
I remember back in the day when I had my Trans Am, because it was my daily drive, and I drove it in the winter because it was the only car I could afford, and no winter tires, nothing. You just make do. You get by. And I lived in London, Ontario, which is, again, we get a little bit more snow there than we do here in Toronto, and it's it wouldn't have as much traction as one would like, but hey, you were careful how you drove it in the wintertime.
I bet you did good donuts.
Oh, all the time, without even thinking about it. Sometimes when you didn't want to do it. But hey, it makes you a better driver.
Yes, it does.
You test the limits of the car and you know what to do and what not to do.
I mean, saving these cars, like not driving these cars in the winter. I mean, look at it.
Yeah, I know.
32 years old and it
Incredible.
looks like it brand new.
Brand new, literally. Like even the dash, everything about it is just spectacular.
Well, she's stored indoors, right? So that helps.
You'd start in your living room if given the chance, wouldn't you?
I don't think my wife would like that.
I know. We'll turn left over here.
But it is a special car to me because I'm reliving my youth.
Yes.
You know, when I saw this car for the first time, it was like I was just drooling, but I couldn't afford it.
Right.
I was in high school. Who has that kind of money to buy it? My friend who bought his, they were well off, right? So, but I had my chance.
Exactly.
Well, first it was a Grand National.
Of course.
And then this.
Which is a pretty darn awesome car too. And we'll turn right in here again. Now, are your kids into cars as well?
Sort of. My daughter, I see my daughter's more into it.
Right.
My two boys, depending what mood they're in, I guess, right?
Yes. But as they get older, they'll appreciate it as well.
Yeah, they're immersed into that video game world.
Yes, yes. Whatever the hell that is.
Big mistake, I
That
guess.
and TikTok. I still don't get it.
Yeah.